In this example, we have ourselves a trigonometric equation that we're going to solve, and it looks like 2 cosine squared x plus cosine x minus 1 equals 0. And we're going to find these values of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi, so we know the answers need to be in radians. All right, if you'd like to try this, go ahead and pause the video and give it a go, and then come on back and we'll work it together. Okay, so looking at this, it almost looks like it's in quadratic form. I have a cosine squared and a cosine and a constant. So if you would like to, we can go ahead and try something where we do a little u substitution and we say u equals the cosine of x. And so we can rewrite this as 2u squared plus u minus 1 equals 0. And so now we see that this is something easily factored, so we'll have 2u minus 1 times u plus 1 equals 0. And then what we can do is, since we factored it nicely in terms of u, let's go ahead and put the cosine back in. So twice cosine x minus 1, and we have this quantity cosine x plus 1, and those equal 0. Of course, you don't have to make this u substitution. Some students have a hard time with the notion of factoring when there's more than just one letter or one variable, because we have the cosine of x instead of just u. So we can do this just for simplicity if you like, but you don't have to do that u substitution. You could go straight from here down to here. Nevertheless, when we are doing these equations by factoring, we now see that we have this factor times this factor, and it equals 0. So using the 0 property of multiplication, we know that any product that makes 0 means that one of those factors had to be 0. So we're going to go ahead and account for that, and we're going to put both those factors and set them equal to 0. So by adding 1 and then dividing by 2, we'll see that cosine of x equals positive 1/2. Or just subtracting 1, we'll see that the cosine x equals negative 1. Okay, so let's consider these values now. So where is cosine going to be 1/2? Well, we have a reference angle, so cosine of theta equals 1/2, and that value is going to be 60 degrees. Okay, well, how about positive? Where is cosine positive? Looks like cosine is positive in the first and fourth quadrants. So we know we can measure up 60 degrees and down 60 degrees from this positive x-axis. So it looks like these values of x are going to be 60 degrees and 360 minus 60, which is going to be 300 degrees. Okay, also, where is cosine going to be negative 1? Well, cosine is positive 1 at 0, so it'll be negative 1 at 180 degrees. Alrighty, so putting all of these together now, we know we need to put these in radians. So we'll say that x equals, so our 60 degrees is pi over 3. And then we'll go ahead and put the 180 next, so we'll put them in order. So then we have pi, and 300 degrees will be 5 pi over 3. So we have 3 distinct values for x that are going to be solutions of this trigonometric equation, and we went ahead and found those values of x within the interval 0 to 2 pi, which meant we need to find them in radians, and here are those 3 values.